My name is Catherine Duval. I'm a lead consultant on Fresh Minds Select team, and I wanted to talk a little bit about where we typically meet our more senior consultants. So our candidate pool comes largely from a consulting background, so they are high flyers. They've started their career at the Big Four or one of the top tier strategy consultancies, and have had a really steep learning trajectory in their first kind of 2, 3, 4 years. But often they sort of get to a point at about that 2, 3, 4 year mark where that plateaus a bit. And they're sick of the travel, they've been living in hotel rooms, and they're really keen to kind of put their head above the parapet and understand what else might be out there. And a lot of them actually don't have a really good sense as to what that might be. And that's where we come in and really have some quite in-depth discussions with candidates about where their careers might take them and where that next opportunity outside of consulting might be. I think a couple of sort of obvious sort of jumps are into internal consulting roles across a range of sectors, and I think candidates are probably a little bit more familiar with those types of roles. Where perhaps they're less familiar are with the likes of commercial leadership schemes, so being able to really keep that momentum of the steep learning curve in their early careers going. And the likes of a BT fast track scheme is a great example where people really do come in at a more senior level and are challenged commercially and really fast tracked into leadership positions. I think the other really interesting type of role that we see, and that tends very much to appeal to candidates who've had a consulting background, are what we would call chief of staff or executive assistant roles. And I think the term executive assistant tends to put people off a little bit at first, but if you actually really look at what these roles are, they are phenomenal platforms to very interesting, very high-level roles within businesses. So typically, you will be working as the right hand to somebody very senior in a business. That might be the head of retail banking, that might be the CEO of a business, the CFO of a business. And the level at which you therefore operate, or the seat at the table at which you occupy, is essentially far above where you should be. So it offers you a fantastic view of how you actually run a business, a phenomenal mentoring opportunity as well. And these people tend to be earmarked absolutely for the best and most exciting roles within businesses. So I would urge people to really consider something that perhaps is a little bit left field and they haven't considered in the past. And I think executive assistant or chief of staff roles are a very, very good example. It's really important to understand that a sort of foundation in consulting and really developing that sort of broad consulting toolkit is a phenomenal door opener to a whole variety of opportunities. And hopefully that's something that we can really explore with candidates.